Hello everybody, this is going to be my story of my experience through having a stillbirth, which is a horrible experience, but I've always been passionate since I lost my little boy Riley that people should talk about it, because I thought that as soon as you get pregnant and as soon as you get past 12 weeks, as all the professionals always make out, that don't tell anyone until 12 weeks because everything, because you can miscarry, but then after 12 weeks everyone just says, oh, you're just basically going to have a healthy pregnancy, there's not going to be any problems, which is really frustrating because I would have preferred to know the risk. Like, I didn't know there was anything like stillbirth out there. I didn't know you could like give birth to your baby and they die inside of you. That was just like absolutely shocking. So I thought I would tell you my story in case anybody else is going through it, because it is quite common. I found out after doing research and talking to health professionals that a lot of people do go through it, but not many people talk about it, and I'm one of the people. I always talk about my little boy to everyone. Like, I have so many stuff around the house, photos everywhere of him, like Teddy. He's got so many like little areas around the house, which I'll probably show you one day. I think he's got one in the living room, one in our bedroom, one next to me there, and then he's got a little garden outside with like loads of lights and everything, so that's really nice. So he's always going to be like a part of me, like as well. If anyone says, how many kids have you got, I always say 2, because I was pregnant twice. I carried him for 25 weeks, gave birth to him, and everything, so I always say I'm a mum of 2. Start right from the beginning, so this video might be a bit long. So I found out I was pregnant back in May 2014. I'm pretty sure it was May 2014, and I was absolutely over the moon because he was planned and was trying. I think it took us about 1.5 years to conceive him, so trying for quite a while, which it was getting really frustrating because like you just think there's something wrong, but then eventually I caught with him, and then we told everyone, well, we told family like pretty much straight away, and then for some reason I didn't want to tell anyone until 12 weeks, because I always had that would thing in your head that don't tell anyone until 12 weeks in case you miscarry. So we did tell everyone. Ryan's mom, she actually like reassured me, saying that don't think anything's going to happen, and so did my mum and my sister. They all thought anything would happen. So yeah, that was that. So everyone knew. And then I had really bad sickness with him, like constantly sick. I must have been sick like 3 times a day, and it lasted up to about say 16 to 20 weeks, like rough estimate. It was so bad, just throwing up all the time, but obviously I thought that throwing up is a good sign that he's strong and healthy, so I didn't mind because I wanted to be pregnant that much. I've gone through everything. Like, I'm absolutely terrified of needles, and I get my blood took. I always went to get my blood took, because like you just know you're doing these things because you're going to get a healthy baby at the end of it, so that just kept my mind on that all the time. So then like we had the 12-week scan came round very quickly, so we had that, everything was fine, perfect size and everything, and then all the midwife appointments were okay. And then when the 20-week scan, it went all good, everything fine. I've actually, if I just show you, yeah, right, this is one of the scans. So, oh, it's actually got the date in it. So, if I try and show you this, right, so that is like little Riley. It says here, first scan, I was 12 weeks and 5 days on the 15th of July 2014. So that was like the first time we've seen it, and I don't know if you can see, he's like got his hand up to his head, which I just thought was so adorable. So that's like this 12-week scan, which went okay, and then we're talking about his 20-week one. It was on the 9th of September 2014, and it says here he was 20 weeks and 5 days. So this is his 20-week scan, which, like, I don't know if you can see, it kind of looks like the placenta. It kind of looks like a face above him. I've always like looked at that. But yeah, he was perfectly fine. Like, all of his organs, like, we check all the organs and everything like that. Everything was perfect, nothing wrong, gaining weight, okay. And then we get to the 25th? I've got it 20, no, it must not have been the 25th. Must have been like 24th to 25th, nearly around that, like, weeks. I had a midwife appointment, because with it being your first, you kind of have quite a few. So I had that, and I went there, and I think the week before, I think it must have been the week or two before, I think 24 weeks, yeah, 24 weeks, I didn't feel very well. Like, I just had a feeling that something was wrong, because I never felt him kick me, and that always concerned me. Then I sent people, and I even said it to the woman that does the scan, I forgot what they're called. I even said it to her at 20 weeks. I said, I've still not felt him move, is that normal? And she says, because my placenta, so like the baby's here and the placenta's at the front, he said it can cushion his kicks, so it can take until later pregnancy until you can feel him. So, like, I was telling my concerns to everyone, and everyone was telling me, oh, it's fine, you'll feel him eventually, and all this stuff. So I was just like agreeing with everyone that, oh, okay, because first baby, never been pregnant before. So then when I was 24 weeks, it's just inside, I just had a feeling something wrong. And I kept on saying it to people, and then people are like, oh, your midwife appointment's next week, and I was like, yeah, that's true. You'll see the midwife, hear his heartbeat, and get reassured that he's fine. So we turn up on Wednesday the 8th of October for the midwife appointment, and then I think we had to wait for about 10 minutes for her to arrive. She was always late, and I always had different ones, which was so annoying. But yeah, so she arrived, I went in to go and see her. I mentioned my concerns about not feeling him kick, and she says, like, oh, okay. I think she was a bit shocked because I was 25 weeks and I haven't felt him move. And she goes, I'll do all your usual tests and everything, like your blood pressure and your urine. And they came back okay. And then she told me to lay on the bed. I laid on the bed, and then she got the Doppler and put it on my stomach. And then she was listening and listening and listening and listening for absolutely ages. And that was worrying me as well, with obviously the concern of feeling something wrong anyway. Just had a feeling. And she's like, oh, it can take a while to find it, which it can take a while to find it, but I did have his heartbeat checked at 16 weeks, I think it was, and they don't normally do it then, but I asked the woman if she would check his heartbeat. I just really wanted to hear it, and she found it just like that, like no problem. So I'm thinking, well, he's a bit bigger now, surely it would be easy to find. But anyway, she was trying for about 10 minutes. And then she says, she wiped the jelly from her stomach and says, oh, we'll try next week. We don't normally try for the heartbeat at 25 weeks, which I thought was a bit strange, because, like, I thought you could definitely hear it, they're quite big. So yeah, so she wiped my stomach and says, oh, we'll book you another appointment, booked me another appointment for 2 to 3 weeks, and off we went. So I thought, oh, okay, completely fine. And then we went to, like, we went to like a shop, like to go get some food afterwards. So we went there, got some food, and we both of me and my partner Ryan had our phones in our pockets because we thought nothing of it, and we weren't expecting no one to ring us. And then I think I had 3 missed calls and Ryan had 3 missed calls, and luckily he heard his, so he answered it, and then it was the midwife, and she asked to speak to me, and she says, I'm a bit concerned that I couldn't find his heartbeat, so I've booked you with the early pregnancy scan unit at the hospital. So she said, when can you get there? And I says, I can try and see if my mum can take me there, like, within the next hour or 2. So she says, okay, that's fine. So we went home, and I was walking home, and I was crying, like, trying not to cry, because obviously you're in public and you just walking, pregnant woman walking, and I don't want anyone to think, oh my god, what's their problem? So we're trying not to cry, but I spoke to my sister and I says, hi, I don't know what to say, but they can't find his heartbeat. And at the time I didn't think seriously, oh my god, they can't find his heartbeat. I just thought, oh, we could have been hiding. I really didn't think anything of it. So like that was that, and then we went home and we went home and my boyfriend rang his mum and I rang my mum, and I was trying to just keep myself busy. I got changed and everything in some comfy clothes, and then waited for my mum. She came, took us to the hospital, and it was like quite a nightmare getting there because the traffic was really, really bad, which in a way kind of put my mind off it and concentrating on traffic and then trying to find somewhere to park. After like 10-15 minutes of searching for a parking space, she couldn't find anywhere, so I ended up getting out, walking to the hospital like 5 minutes up the road, and I said, I'll meet you in there, and she knew where it was. And I actually thought, like when we got in there, I actually thought it would be like, you know, like if you've got something wrong with your pregnancy and you've got a scan and like everyone around you like has got something wrong, or your baby might have like, well, you need to check your baby's okay, and like you're in a private room, but we wasn't. We was in the room, like you walk in the reception and you've got all these chairs sitting here, and then you've got all these doors around, and there are the scans. So you've got all these pregnant women sitting there, so I'm sitting there and I was absolutely like pooing myself, literally, like not literally, but so scared, because like I didn't want to go in there, but then I did, like I wanted to see him. So we got called in pretty quickly because it was an emergency scan. And like I remember just like walking in there, laying on the bed, and then the woman kind of like said to me, she goes, are you the one that's been bleeding? And I says, no. I says, I've had no bleeding whatsoever. And she says, oh, okay, are you Imogen? And I says, yeah. So it must have been two people, which was a bit scary as well, because like you would have thought she would have known who you were, but I just didn't really think anything of it. My head wasn't really there. So then I laid down and they put the jelly on your belly, and then she had the screen next to me, and there's a TV at the bottom. They normally connect it to the TV so you can see, so you don't have to like get crooked neck and look to your right. But she didn't put that TV on, and then she just like put it on, and I couldn't look at the screen. I really regret not looking at it because I really wanted to see him, but I don't think I couldn't take it, like I didn't want to see. I was laying there and so scared, and then my partner just like looked at me and I looked at him, and then she's like, no, she says he hasn't got a heartbeat. Turned it off and says I'm going to have to get someone else. And what hurt me as well was she didn't even say sorry. She didn't even say sorry, you've lost your baby. She just says like, no, he hasn't got a heartbeat, and walked out and got someone else. Which, oh my god, like I don't know how someone can do that. Like you've just told someone like their baby has died inside of them, and she was just so cold. Which sometimes like you could be like that because of your job, but I don't think I could ever be like that. So she got like this hired professional in to check, and she said sorry. She said, I'm sorry, you've lost your baby, and I just broke down on the bed. I remember like covering my face with my hand because I didn't want them to look at me. And then like I spoke to my mum and my sister, and they both broke down on the phone, and my mum's like, she's nearly there. And it was just so hard. I said they gave us like 5 minutes in the room, and then after we had to walk out, and that was like really horrible because you're walking out and that room is still full of people that are pregnant and they're healthy babies. So you're walking out, I was absolutely like so sad. Obviously I've just lost my baby, tears running down my face and like you just know everyone's staring at you. And then we go around the corner into this, like, I think it's like in like some sort of room for people that have like had something wrong with your baby or your baby's died, like a sofa. It just had a sofa and 2 chairs. So that room, we went in there, which was quite horrible because it was just such a tiny room, and there was me, my boyfriend, and then my mum soon like joined us, and then all these health professionals were just coming in and deciding what to do and everything, and they said that like, well, we need to have my bloods took, and we need to book you in for an induction, because I was only 25 weeks, it wasn't really likely that my body was going to start living by itself. Sorry, my camera just cut off then. So yeah, I was saying, so he's got his footprint there. He's got another footprint there, but that didn't really go in because it was quite hard, and obviously his hands are so tiny and delicate, so she couldn't really push his hands in much, and then he had these on his little fingers, and then my mum put Riley and Lover. So yeah, that's that. So we got that and this from over here, and we went to pay at the tills, and my mother-in-law already said, or my boyfriend's mum already said that we told us about what's happening and that I've lost my baby and we just want to buy some clothes for him and the thing is. So we went to the tills, and she seen my boyfriend's mum like going to pay, and then she comes over, takes them off us, says I'll till. And she went to her till and she said, we're going to give you these for free, which was so nice. Like, I didn't know at the time, I was standing in the door, I didn't really want to be near anyone, I just wanted to be in my own little bubble. So she gave them this for free, and then we walked out and she told us, and I was like, that was really, really, really nice, because when you go through a hard time, like, nice people, like, it just makes you feel a tiny bit happier. So yeah, that was that. So we went back home, and we actually had to do food shopping that day. Actually, it was food shopping day, and I have no idea why I didn't meant to do my food shopping. I went to do food shopping anyway, and the majority of the food we got, we didn't eat. We didn't really want to fancy eating or anything, so we did that. And then my mum was coming up. She stayed the night, Thursday night, because she was coming in hospital. She's going to be my other birthing partner. So we had the night. I had to pack my bag, pack some of Riley's stuff, just like little bits that I wanted to take with me, which wasn't like, I was so excited to pack my hospital bag. Like, I just couldn't wait to pack my hospital bag, because then you know it's getting closer and you're going to meet your baby. But I was not excited to pack my hospital bag. I was like, it wasn't a nice feeling. Like, I wanted to be happy packing it, and I wasn't. So yeah, that was that. So I the hospital bag, tried to get some sleep. Probably got about 3 to 4 hours sleep that night. Woke up at 6, I think around 6, and I like threw up like 6 to 7 times. I don't know if it was the tablet. I couldn't eat anything, I couldn't keep walking down, it was just absolutely horrible. You feel like crap anyway, and then I couldn't eat anything. So we rang the hospital just to make sure it's normal, that like I can't keep anything down and I'm so sick, and she says yeah, because of the tablet. Excuse me. So she says to go in about 11, I think it was. I think we got in there between, oh no, actually I think it was 12 o'clock we got in there, or we got in there just before, but she said come in at 12. And we got up to the room. I remember the room, it was like it was kind of a nice room. It was like tiny, and at my hospital you didn't have like a bereavement room, so I was in a room on a ward, kind of with everyone else who's given birth to their babies. And yeah, like, it wasn't like a private room. They've done a private room now if you just have maybe want to sleep, but it wasn't there when I was there, which was quite horrible. But then the room was quite nice, it was quite peaceful, I had some candles and everything. So it took about half an hour to an hour for the midwife to come in, and she gave me a pill up your doodah, up there. So she did that, and then she gave me the anti-sickness injection in my leg because I was just throwing up, I couldn't eat. And then eventually was able to eat, and I think the tablet took about 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, about 4 to 5 hours to actually start working. And then I couldn't remember getting like, my stomach kept on tightening and then relaxed and tightening and relaxed and tightening and relaxed. And that's really all I was getting. I wasn't getting that much. And then I think like the woman, like everyone, like all the midwives kept on coming in and saying, oh, go for a walk, go for a walk, go for a walk. And like, I'm not being funny, but in the situation, you don't want to walk, you don't want to do anything, you just want to lay there. Like, I didn't want to go to the hospital. You want your baby to stay in you and everything. You don't want him to come out, he's not ready to come out. So in the end, I went for a walk. I went to the shop in the hospital with my sister and my mum, because everyone's trying to get a signal, like to let people know what's happening, and no one could get any signal. So we went outside, mum went outside, we went to the shop, and I could just feel, like standing in the shop in the queue, my stomach was so hurting, like all like where you know periods right at the bottom. I was really starting to cramp and everything. So I was telling my sister, and she says, let's just quickly go back to the room. So we went to go and get my mum because she was outside, and we said, we're going to go back to the room. And she says, okay. So we went back, and you have to press a buzzer to get into the labour suite. So I was pressing this buzzer and pressing this buzzer, and no one was coming in, and I was like, oh my god, my insides are just killing. Like, I was having to hold onto the rail and everything, even obviously not knowing what's going to happen, not feeling labour pains before. I didn't know what to feel. So yeah, that was absolutely like awful and everything. I didn't know what to feel. So I started feeling all these pains. I was like panicking and worrying. I didn't know if it was going to come out straight away. So we went back to my bed. Went there, laid on the bed. I had to take my, no actually I needed a wee. So I went for a wee, and I took my trousers off, took my pants off, and I started getting contractions. And I had a contraction on the toilet, which, oh my god, it was absolutely horrendous. I thought, like, I was stuck, like, sitting on the toilet and getting a contraction. It's just horrible. You got nothing to hold on, you're not cooked there, you're not relaxed or anything, so that was awful. Luckily it didn't last long, so as soon as that finished, my mum helped me over to the bed, which was quite awful because I had a t-shirt on and it wasn't covering much. Like, my downstairs, and my sister was in the room, my mum was in the room, my partner Ryan was in the room, and his mum was in the room. So in the end I actually had 4 birthing partners, which you're not normally allowed. I'll get to why in a minute. So yeah, I had them, and then they was all in this. It was a bit awkward, like I'm just like touching through on the bed with no pants on or anything. But then thinking back at the time, I was just getting so much pain, I just didn't care who was in the room or looking down there or whatever. So yeah, so we got back on the bed. I think they started coming pretty thick and fast, and my mom or my sister, I think, went to go get me some pain relief because the midwife, they didn't expect me to go in labour as quickly as I did. And I think I had an injection. I had an injection in my leg. I don't know if it was pethidine or something like that. It was, yeah, it was in my leg, and that knocked me pretty much off my head. And then I was still feeling pain, so I had the Gassineer. Or did I have the Gassineer? Actually, no, I think I had the Gassineer first, and that wasn't really doing much, so I asked for more stronger painkillers. So I had pethidine in my leg. And then, like, I was like dozing in and out, and then like I could feel the pressure downstairs. I was like, I need to push. I could feel pressure. I don't know what it is. My mum and my sister just like, push, just do what you want, like do what your body is telling you to do. So there's me pushing. My sister has to run out and get the midwife because they didn't expect me to do that quickly. So they like quickly get my gloves on and all that lot, and trying to like get to me because I'm like giving birth, and then within probably half an hour of pushing, or not even that, like 20 minutes, because I was off my head, I really don't know, it's just a rough estimate, and push, and he came out, and at first I thought I pooed, which just sounds disgusting, but I did. I really thought I pooed. And I say to everyone, I'm like, I just pooed. And they're like, no, he's here. And I was like, oh my god, like, I did it, like, he's out. And everyone, like, was saying that he's just flopping. Like, my mother-in-law was at the bottom of the bed, and she's seen him come out, and he's just laying there. But I've always wanted skin to skin straight away, so put him straight on me, took the top off, put him straight on my chest. And I probably had about skin to skin for about an hour, which was nice because, like, I don't know, just wanted him close to me before they had to, like, do everything. So, I had him on my chest, and that was really nice. Like, I could just feel it, and I was making him warm. He was so tiny. He was 15 hours. And he was born at 8:15 at night. And yeah, so he was 15 hours. He was so small. I just, like, picture him on me. And he was small, but he was quite long. Like, you had to hold him with 2 hands when I was holding him. And then after a while, everyone went, and it was just me, my partner, and my mum. And they got to stay with me in the room, and they went to go, they got him a Moses basket, they got him weighed, they did his hand and footprints, they cleaned him up, like, wiped him down and stuff, like, obviously they're in, you know, the fluid and blood and everything like that, so that was nice. And then he wore this, like, it's like hand-knitted, like, a bit like a sock. It didn't have a bottom for his feet to come out, and it had buttons all down the thing. I had a little teddy bear. So he was wearing that, and then they put him, like, it was like a bit like a hat, and then it was like a square. It was a bit like this. Someone's made him this. It was like this, and then it had a hat, and he had the hat over him, and we covered him over like that, so he had like a little blanket. So he had that, and then he also had this hat here. This is the hat to match the outfit, and this was really big on him, but we put that on him, so we had that as well. And then I just remember he slept next to me that night, and it was pretty late, and everything was sorted, and I was sorted all down there and everything. We stayed at the hospital, and he slept next to me in the Moses basket, which was nice because, like, oh, he's been with me all the time. I thought they would just take him, and they didn't. I was allowed to keep him, so I slept next to him. Obviously, I didn't get much sleep. I didn't have my sleep all the time, and, like, checking. Oh. So that was nice. And the next day came, and we had to speak to the chapelist, I think, or is it chapelist? Oh no, not the chapelist, the priest, the priest. Get it right at the end. We had to speak to him, and because we had to arrange his funeral. So we spoke to him, and then they got us this memory box, which is what's down here. I'll show you. Otherwise, I just had to go and get some tissue. So I was saying, yeah, so we got a memory box for him. The midwife brought that through, and this is the memory box. Big enough. It's a pretty big memory box. We put these on. These are from his funeral flowers. There's Our Angel Riley, and Riley on the top. So they give you that. They give you like a teddy bear. They give you 2 teddy bears, one for Riley to have and one for me to have, which was nice. It's this little, well, this is the one I've got, like, different places where I have different ones. So this is the teddy bear we have. It smells like this candle. They give you a candle as well. Very nice. So I've got this one, and Riley's got this one. They gave you this candle. It's got some of art on it. I don't really want to burn it, but it smells very nice. It reminds me of being in the hospital. They give you that. They give you this camera for taking pictures. They give you a notebook and a pen in case you want to write anything down. They also give you a book, which I never read. I never read this book to them. I wish I did, but at the time I didn't really look in the memory box. And Guess How Much I Love You, which was nice. It's a tape measure. So one of them's around his head, and the other one's his length. So for Logan Riley's length, he was 26.5. That's how long he was. And I needed though to do his length because we was getting him an outfit for his funeral. We got him in an outfit that actually was like fitting for him because we couldn't put him in that. That was absolutely massive. That would have buried him. So yeah, we got him an outfit from this special website that was for like extremely premature babies. And then baby's head size was 20.5, so that's how big his head was. So sorry, my camera keeps cutting off for some reason. So yeah, we spoke to the priest, and he asked. So we chose him to do the funeral because we didn't have anyone else because we don't really go to church that much. So we did that, and which was really nice because he was really friendly and everything. And then the midwife came in and she like left. And he's got like these two are cards. Could get out, and these have his feet. They like printed his hands and feet. And there's another one have his feet. And then these are his handprints, so they're his footprints. And this says always loved and never forgotten, which is really nice. And then that's one. It's tiny, like, I'll show you his hands against my thumb. I've got pretty tiny hands, and my thumb was like his size of his hand, so he was really tiny. And then there's some others. Like, he was really small, but then also I told him like with two arms. So yeah, and then you've got a little box, which is really nice. And they just had his tags in. So he had his tags. I had my hospital and I think that was pretty much everything again in the box. And obviously I've added stuff to it, and like pictures and the case thing with his mould, his hand and footprints in there. And then this is a teddy from his funeral, on one of his flowers. And then this that somebody made, which was really nice. I think mine's auntie made that. So yeah, so we left that day after waiting for quite a while for the health professionals to come back, which I didn't really mind because I was spending time with Riley. I was taking pictures and holding him and cuddling him as much as we can. And then so we left and we came back Sunday. We spent about 6 to 7 hours there. My sister came and Ryan's auntie came. So that was nice, like other people seeing him. So it was really nice. I remember just like laying on the bed, looking at the window, holding him, letting Ryan hold him, crying. So many things going off in my head. And then eventually we pressed the buzzer for the woman to come back, and she said, "You going?" And I says, "Yeah." It was getting about 6, 7 o'clock now at night, so it was getting quite late. I thought we'd better get going because we didn't know what time the woman finishes her shift or whatever. I think they do 12-hour shift at the hospital. So yeah, so she took him back, and then we went, and then that was the last time we seen him in the hospital in the labour suite. The next time I had to see him was the Chapel of Rest in the hospital. So that was it the next day? I think it was the next day. I think it was the Monday. I rang up and says, "Can I come and see Riley?" And she said, "Yeah, come out, blah blah blah," whatever time she told me. And I had to meet her at the reception, and she took us down. And she took us down to the hospital, and you just know that part of the hospital is just not a good part of the hospital. It was all on the walls and everything, like going on the corridor, it's like, please be quiet, dark, and really, really sad part of the hospital. So I don't know if that's where like the morgue is, like where people do like post-mortems and stuff. So he was in the chapel of rest, and he was in, they changed his clothes because he was bleeding all on his others, which was nice because I don't have any clothes for him, so I couldn't change him into any clothes. So they changed him into this white, this really, really nice white knitted thing. Notice everything's knitted, so that you can buy much their size, so that was nice. He was in that, and he was in a tiny Moses basket, because the one in the labour suite was a pretty big Moses, probably would have been about that big Moses basket, and you can imagine he's like this big, so he was really tiny. So they actually had a tiny Moses basket for him, and it had like a nice hood, and it was all white and really, really nice. So he was in there, and he had his teddy, he had this blue teddy, and we brought him from the hospital, it said baby boy on it, and he had that with him the whole time, and he had this teddy here, he had that next to him. So trying to make him like not alone. I didn't want him to feel alone, obviously, like, because like he was always in me. So I gave him the teddies, so that was like quite nice. I just thought the teddies are just gonna like keep him company. So yeah, we did that, and then more with him, which was really like heartbreaking, because like I've normally past 2 times I'm allowed as much as I want to have with him, and being told you're only allowed an hour with your son when you want longer, you don't want to leave him there, he's your baby. So yeah, so we had an hour with him, pretty quick, but the room was really horrible. It was a really, really tiny room, and it had like awful decorating in it, really old, and just everything like that. You just can't depress him in that room. So we had to leave. When we walked out, I think we had to press the buzzer, walk out the room, and then someone would come in and get him and take him back. So we did that. They took him, and then I don't think I seen him for a couple of days, because they had to do his post-mortem. We got a post-mortem done so we could find out if there was anything wrong and it was going to happen to another baby. So we had that took 30 minutes, and everything, so that went not well, obviously, but yeah, they obviously done what they needed to do. And we had to wait, so this was October, we had to wait all the way until January to find out the results, which just felt like a lifetime, because you just wanted to know. Always, as soon as you find out that your baby is no longer a heartbeat, you were like, why? Why has he got a heartbeat? What was wrong with him? Why? You always want answers, and no one can give you answers. So that was that, and then I think it was the 6th of November, we had his funeral. Yeah, so after that, he got transferred over to the funeral place, which was such a commotion, because it must have been like 5 to 6 days I wanted to see him, and I couldn't. There was like, the hospital was saying they're waiting on the funeral people were saying they're waiting on the hospital, and I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? Just tell me what you're doing with my baby, I want to see him. So I had to wait for the funeral people to get him from the hospital and then go back. So I think we seen him a few more times in the hospital, and then he finally went to the funeral place. And once he was at the funeral place, I was able to see him as long as I want. So that's why I really wanted him to quickly get there, because I wanted to see him. And in there, it was really, really nice, peaceful in the funeral place, a lot better than the hospital. Like, there was candles lit, there was chairs, there was like a big chest thing. I think it had like, there was like, so he's in a Moses basket again, and this Moses basket was draped over like, I'd say a trolley, like not literally a trolley, but like sort of a metal trolley like that. It's all got, it's flat at the top, and then the Moses basket's on top, and it's just got drapes dripping like really silver material, which was absolutely beautiful. It was so nice. because you want your baby to be comfy and you want your baby to look nice and like just be nice on the thing, not just like a plain Moses basket with nothing in it. Like, it was really, really pretty. He was in that, and we've seen him for quite a few days. I would say 10 to 15 times at the funeral place we went to visit him. And obviously over time he was deteriorating all the time. And but like I just didn't notice it. Like, I noticed it, but then he's just my baby still. Like, I would cuddle him. I didn't mind what he was starting to look like. He was still my baby. So I still cuddling him and everything like that, and holding him, taking more pictures and everything like that. So that was nice. I got quite a lot of time with him, and then I finally decided we wanted his funeral on the 6th of November. So that was quite horrible, because you know, like, as soon as you get his funeral, you're never going to go see him again. But we decided to go and get him cremated instead of bury him, because I wanted him to be at home. Like, even though he's not there, like his ashes and everything, I just wanted to feel him close to me, you know, cuddle his ashes or whatever. And did you put him anywhere, like in the house? So I just wanted him here. So we asked her, like, she actually said, the woman, she was such a nice lady, and she said you can have him at home for half an hour if you wanted to before we go to the cremation place. And I said, yeah, that would be lovely. So we brought him home in his coffin. We got to choose his coffin. We chose a nice white coffin with gold plate on the top saying, well, I think it said Born Asleep, Riley, Wayne on it, and that was really nice, because it was a nice coffin. Obviously it's a coffin and not nice, but it was like decent. So we chose that one, and then we chose his flowers. We decided we was going to have Riley written in flowers, but because his coffin was so small, Riley would have took over his coffin, so we decided to have Son. So it's smaller, so his son was quite the same size of his coffin, so we kind of went at the back of like the car with the coffin in. We had that, so I was cuddling him and everything, and the funeral people dressed him in the outfit I wanted him to be in. So that was nice. And then she says, like, is there anything you want to put in it? So he had a big, well, not big, but like a pushchair size blanket. He had a blue blanket with him. He was wrapped up in that. He had this teddy with him, so he had this one. He had, my boyfriend gave him one, and then he had his blue one. He had a letter I wrote to him, and then he had pictures of his whole, and they all got cremated with him. So we bought him like this funeral box thing, and he had too many ashes for it. So yeah, we couldn't fit in that, so he's in like this. Kind of like a tub, well, not tub, it's like a tube, and it's got a teddy on it. He's in that at the moment. So yeah, that's what he's in. And then so we went to the funeral, and like there's quite a few people there. Like even the priest says he's like, it's normally only like 4 to 5 people, and there was probably about 20 of us. Everyone wanted to be there and support us and everything, and we had to choose songs. We chose, that was it, Beyonce Heaven. We chose to walk in there. So as Ryan carried him in there, we played that song, and I just broke down and sat at the front, and sat at the front, and I was crying. And so we did that, and then he was like in the corner. And then when the priest finished all of his sayings, he was saying, we put Bye Bye on by Mariah Carey, because I thought that was a nice song, and that just made me cry as well. I broke down again with that, and then everyone left and they closed the curtains, so his coffin was behind his curtains and all his flowers, and then the funeral person said you can now have one last say bye. So we went behind the curtains and we did a little video of his flowers in the coffin and just broke down again there. And then the priest and everyone gave us a hug, and said sorry and everything like that. And then we drove back home and we went to the pub. A few people wanted to go to the pub. I wasn't really up for it, but I thought, you know, I'm not going to be doing anything. Went there, I don't drink, so I only had water. Went there and everyone was just talking, and it was just nice to be around people. But then when I went home, it's just so nice because I could just cry. I didn't really want to cry in front of people, but it was nice to just cry and be yourself at home. So we did that. And then it took a day to get his ashes, and then we finally got his ashes back, and then we just felt like a piece of him was here. So it feels nice, and being here, not out there. Like, I've no offence to anyone who prefers to have their child buried, but to me, I just wanted him really close. So that was nice. So he's home with us now, and we like always talk about him and everything. Questions or anything like that, then you can just leave them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Or if you just want to talk, then I would leave my email as well down below. So I'm going to leave it at that now. Hello. I forgot to add that Riley's postmortem results came back that he was a healthy little boy, and they couldn't find anything wrong. They put it down to the placenta, as I've read in a lot of cases, they put it down to the placenta. So that was frustrating, so we still had no answers there. The only thing they suggested was with my next pregnancy I would take a low dose of aspirin to thin my blood, so in case it was the placenta, that it wouldn't get clots. But yeah, so that was that. And then I also forgot to mention that I had counselling, and I had it right up until last year, which was nice because the counsellor was really nice, and it helped talking to someone like a health professional who knows what you're going, well, not knows what you're going through, but has spoke to a lot of people about it, so has a rough idea and everything. And she also helped when we tried to conceive Lily, which took 6 months. Excuse me, so that was quite helpful as well. And that is everything. Thank you for watching. Bye.